And speaking about process, do you have a specific process when you're working? Because I know it depends of the type of work that you're creating, right? Wherever you're working for an immersive experience, or you're making for a film. But
Yeah.
is there a specific process that you might recall that you try to do when you're working into with sound and design?
Not especially, because also, I mean, I have some things that are coming back sometimes, like tips and tricks that I reuse. But somehow I'm always like trying to dig into new things, which might be a bit messy as well, because I get a lot of joy out of it because it feels like a discovery. I don't really do exactly the same thing. I don't have a precise process because otherwise, if I do so, sometimes it feels like, okay, I'm just redoing the same thing I did in the past already before. So I need to put some more spices, some more ingredients. So I would say definitely depending on the project, the process would change. And this is also something that the ideas are coming out or up out of the discussion you have with your collaborator. For example, like a very interesting thing that we are exploring right now with Joanny is this whole nerdy world of generative music, and this is something I'm really into right now. But this is a process. There is a process, of course, there, but it mixes both worlds because my process is to build an architecture, and I build the architecture. And at some point, after a few hours of building this sonic architecture, I just hit spacebar and I just listen to this thing and it goes wild. And actually, I didn't control anything. I didn't even compose anything. I'm just surprised by the thing. And somehow, yeah, it was just the restriction to say, you are not going to compose the music. You are just going to think about one architecture. And this will stand for a landscape, let's say, whatever, and then we'll see what we do with that. But I need to be surprised in the process all the time. This is where I really get like a connection with the sounds I do. I make myself, and I feel, wow, this is cool. And when I listen to these things back, I feel, yeah, I remember, or maybe I don't remember, but I remember, yeah, it was like a very experimental session. I don't know how I did it, but it was a happy accident or a very good discovery. So process is changing for every project, I would say.